All right, guys, we got Jordan Lawley on the line with us here today.
At J-Law B-Ball. Get at him. Instagram, YouTube. Holla at
sir.
him.
Jordan, we appreciate you taking the time out to join us online here today. We want to ask you a couple questions
Yeah, man. Big thanks.
Of
Big
course.
thanks.
and kind of figure out, who is
Yeah.
J-Law B-Ball?
So to start it off here, J-Law, how did you get started?
Well, honestly, that was it's kind of a blessing from the Lord. I never thought in my wildest dreams that I'd be teaching, basketball for that matter, for a career.
Nice.
One of those things I always wanted, and this is going to sound super weird, always wanted to be an orthodontist for like my entire life, and then I got to college and I took one class of chemistry 6A and I was like, this is not for me. Like, absolutely not. But I had an entrepreneurial mindset, so I started up a couple companies when I was in high school and in college. And after I got about my senior year, I realized that I had potential to play. So I played over, got asked to play for the Reno Bighorns, and then I took a stint in New Zealand. So I took a contract in New Zealand, bypassed the D League, and then I played over in Mexico, and just found out that it wasn't necessarily it wasn't the right path for me. It wasn't what I wanted to, what I loved to do. I was away from my family. I come from very small town up in Northern California, and was very, very homebodied. So after I got done playing, which was about into 2012, beginning of 2013, I realized I'm gonna have to find something else to do. So once again, come from that small town feel where I got family members that are very conservative. They said, "Oh, you got to get something with security. You got to make sure you have all this stuff, all this security and benefits and everything like that." And I tried the whole desk job. I tried continuing to run my other companies, and with me, that's not who I was. So I kept on training. I had a couple of sessions, a couple of clients that I had throughout college, just for a little extra spending money, and it was just one of those things. Before I knew it, the Lord kind of took his His will and made it known that I ended up having 20 clients, then 20 turned to 40, then 40 turned to 80, and just kind of kept on growing and growing and growing. Now where I'm asked to go all over the world. 2016, I'm going to be going to Korea, Turkey, Thailand, China, and Japan.
Nice, man.
So it's going to be it's an absolute blessing. It's crazy to think, man, that it kind of came out of nowhere.
Oh, yeah, man, that's awesome. You definitely have to chase your passion.
Right.
And, if you chase it hard enough, eventually your passion will chase you. So
Yeah.
that's a great story to hear. Tell us a little bit more about your journey with the Reapers this summer and, going through the Drew League with the Reapers for their first time.
Yeah, so with the Reapers, I've always played in like little men's leagues in San Diego. So I played at UCSD. So I was always in the basketball circuit, as far as like the seasons go, or the teams, the men's leagues go. And we always played against the Reapers, and I played pretty well every time we played Coach David's teams. And it was just one of those things, like he always kept on asking me to join or to come out for a game, but I was so busy with work and doing all this other stuff that it was never kind of my priorities. So as soon as the opportunity came up where they had a team, he jumped on it, and I readily accepted to go out there just to have that competitive edge and have more of a competitive streak, to be in a competitive league that I feel comfortable with, because it's really hard to find that in San Diego. It's sad to say, but there's very, very limited basketball compared to the LA market. So it's so I actually my wife and I moved up to Orange County about 4 months ago. But
Nice.
made it really easy because I was up in the area constantly, and it was a little bit easier of a drive to get up to LA. For the days that Saturdays, Sundays where I have lessons, that aren't during game time. So that was really convenient, really easy. But the Drew League, I've been playing in it. I played for Casper Ware's team a couple of years ago, and the following year I didn't get to play in it because I was traveling all over the U.S. Over summer. So it was just kind of a sporadic thing that kind of fell in the lap, and I'm glad that it did, because it's always a blessing to be able to get on the court with some great guys.
There it is. So, what do you enjoy most about teaching others the art and the game of basketball?
I mean, for me, this is what I love. This is what I couldn't be happier. Like I am loving my life. Being able to do what I do and converse with people, and not only that, but just being able to help other people. Like there's no better feeling. Like there might be other people, but for me, there's no better feeling than to receive a text message from a client saying, hey, Jordan, thank you so much for the time and dedication you poured into me, myself, or my my daughter, my son, and I'm seeing the benefits. We're reaping the reward. Like that's just it's so intrinsic and it's so intangible. But like those are the things like you said at the very beginning of our conversation. Chasing the passion, and then your passion will chase you. That's so true. We have a lot of people now that are chasing a dollar, and they're trying to figure out why their business isn't growing or they're not succeeding. And, they don't really understand the fact that, this is, if you're not passionate and love what you do and completely engulfed in what you do, it's very hard to grow from that. Passion will produce growth, and growth will produce success. And it's definitely like for me. That's my best part. I love what I do for that, but you never know what could happen in with J-Law B-Ball. We'll see very shortly.
So you like teaching. I mean, obviously you're an inspiration and a positive role model. Who are some of the athletes or some of the people in your life that have inspired you or who have been great role models for you?
Well, growing up, I had a coach, Dave Taylor, who was just super hard on me and very, 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 very strict. They used kind of one of the biggest pivotal pieces of my basketball career, as far as teaching me how to, kind of control myself. And I was a basket case when I was in high school, man, just getting upset after, I missed 3 shots, and he kind of helped me kind of work on that and play through that and develop a more of a sound and fun, foundational, emotional side of the game. But besides that, just understanding and understanding that, this is not my will, it's his will. My relationship with Christ is above and beyond, kind of what has solidified everything for me, and it kind of made me who I am today, both on and off the court.
That's awesome.
I would say, I love my parents to death, and they've been my biggest fans, biggest role models. But they don't know basketball for the life of them. I don't know how how I was able to get the skill set that I have. They're not very athletic, but they know that, and I love them for that. But yeah, Coach Dave Taylor would probably be my biggest asset for basketball.
Awesome. Sweet.
So tell us a little bit more about your involvement with ASICS and how you got involved with them, and tell us a little bit more about it.
So with ASICS, I was asked to be the head of basketball consulting. So that's the reason why my wife and I moved up to Orange County. We have a facility up there, a brand new full NBA size court facility. I have shooting machines. I got weight room. I got #1 strength conditioning coach in the world, Gavin Millen, who runs a piece of the gym out, and it's a phenomenal facility. Very boutique, very very private facility where we have pretty much every amenity under the sun. And so that's up in Irvine. That was a thing and a half, and definitely something that helped, really helped bless, Jordan Lawley Basketball, and kind of helped develop a little bit more of a steadfast, prominent role in the Southern California area. Okay, favorite team, obviously still the Spurs. I've trained a couple of guys on the squad, and I love pure basketball, and that's the essence of it. Despite wherever this game goes, Popovich will always remain the same. My favorite player, so it's gonna be, this is a wild card, but it's got to be right now, Kristaps Porzingis, like 100%. I love the fact that he's overcoming adversity and he's being able to take kind of, the negative energy that New York Knicks fans have been throwing at him and the shade that he's getting, and he's just excelling for a rookie. And you can tell he's going to be able to put a lot of meat on his bones and be a huge pivotal player for the Knicks. And they're winning, which is what you want. Now, obviously, I love Steph. I love what he's doing and his growth and development. But everybody's going to say Steph. So I got to go with yeah. Yeah, so everything can be found at jordanlawley.com, the Instagram, Twitter, and all that stuff at jlawbball. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
We really appreciate you taking the time to sit down and give us a little bit of insight of what Jordan Lawley Basketball is all about.
Definitely, man.
I love your guys' direction. I love your guys', the logo's sick, super saucy. And more power to you guys. Strong blessings coming out to you guys for your company. All right, fellas. Bless you.